Hey guys, welcome to this stream. Today I will unbox this HTC Vive and I will set it up, and if everything goes well we will also play some games. Now, just a quick question, is like the video okay? I had some problems with the quality. Can you select 1080p? I'm not sure because earlier I was only able to select 360p. Just gonna quickly have a look. Okay, so it seems that I'm able to see that in the full resolution. I'm just quickly gonna do that and also give the webcam a bit nicer look. Okay, so that should be better now. You can tell me in chat if everything works nicely now. I also hope that the audio quality is at least decent. I'm using a Zoom H1 fed into the computer. It's a bit difficult as I don't have a wireless lavalier microphone, which would be the perfect option. But I think that's about going to work, and we can start with the unboxing. I'm gonna just quickly start like this, and then I'm gonna get the camera in a bit closer so that you can see the contents better. Just gonna quickly grab a knife. And start unboxing. I'm also really excited for this, as I ordered this like 1.5 weeks ago, and it stated that it takes 1 to 2 days to deliver, but then I got an email that it is delayed by about a week because their system screwed up somehow, and so now finally it arrived today, and so I'm quite excited to unbox it and give it a try. On my holiday in America, in New York, I tried it out and I was really blown away by it, so I absolutely had to get one. So here you can see the box is nicely packaged and it should be good, protected very well. So here you can see the box, which is quite large actually, for that the headset itself isn't actually that big, but of course there are like all the accessories and stuff, so it is a bit bigger, the box. So I'm just gonna get you a bit closer in right now, so excuse the camera shake. If you get motion sick quickly, then you should not watch right now. Also need to adjust the tripod a bit. I'm actually using a webcam right now, the Logitech C920, because I do not have a capture card. So I hope that the quality is good enough. I'm sure it isn't perfect, but I hope it works. I'm just like trying to get this all lined up nicely. So I'm gonna give it a bit more brightness so that you can see it properly. So that I think should be fine. So here we have the box, as you can see, with nice gray display of the headset, Steam VR powered on the side, and I'm not gonna go too much around the box as I don't want to bore you with that. So I'm just gonna lift up the top, and in here we can see all the content. We have a get started guide here that guides us through the scenarios, how we need to set it up, and I actually will need to refer to that later, but first we can go ahead and unbox it. So let's start with the base stations right here. These are what allow us to be tracked in the room. These go up in the corner of the room, and they have like fancy lasers and stuff, and get connected here on the back. There are two of those, two in each corner, so that you have good and even coverage and don't block the view. I'm also gonna remove this tape. That's gonna be quite nice for all you unboxing lovers. I always love that. Such a satisfying experience. I'm gonna set those up on the table so that we don't lose it. Then under here we have some more stuff. We have the mounting hardware if you want to wall mount or ceiling mount those. There are some screws and stuff included so that you can mount those. I'm not gonna mount them today, probably just gonna set them up on some shelves, but maybe I will mount them later. And there's also the base station mounting guide in like every imaginable language. Then further we have the power supplies for the base stations, I think. That's gonna be a bit of a trick to get the power up to the base stations. Yeah, this cable looks quite long. That's good, because otherwise you will have to buy lots of extension cords. But this cable seems to be plenty long, and so I'm not worried about that. There of course are two again, as there are two base stations, and so we need two of them. And appears to be some sort of cable, probably to connect those two together. If I'm not mistaken, you have to connect them, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah, it seems like a normal 3.5mm audio cable, but I think it is to connect those two. And yes, we have a port right here, as you can see, where we can connect those with this really long cable. And so let's go to the next compartment. Over here we have the controllers. They are controllers you hold in your hands, and you can and do stuff with it. You can see those little dots here. Those are the points where it gets tracked in the VR world. And you also have this touchpad right here. You can press down on it and it is like a touch interface. And so this feels quite good in the hand. Also have a strap right here, so if you get excited while playing, you don't drop them. Of course, there are two again for each hand. Just gonna set these two aside and let's see what we have under here. Probably the stuff to charge them up, as these of course need to be charged as well. Yeah, that's just the micro B cable, and I guess these are USB power adapters. So like they come with your phone. And of course, two again. This is really nice, so you can charge them up both at the same time. And I start to feel that we will need quite a lot of power plugs. I guess like a big power strip for your VR headset would be the best thing. And I'm just gonna quickly look at the comments. Longboard by fan 1999. Yes, I am German, to be exactly Swiss, but I decided to do my videos in English because this reaches more people around the world, and I actually watch all my content in English anyway, so it is easier for me to talk about it in English. And to get the suspense a bit higher, we are not gonna start with the headset, but with the accessories box right here. And we have the interface that connects to your PC and to the headset. That's gonna be connected via HDMI or DisplayPort, and one USB 3.0 with your computer, and on the other side it's for the Vive. You also have like a power plug right here. Gonna set that aside as well. You have also what appears to be some double-sided tape, yeah, some gel, that so you can mount this somewhere. Further, there is an extra face mask. So if the one that's on there gets like really sweaty and ugly, you can change it out. Oh, it says narrow face. Maybe it's also a different one if you like have a small face or so. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look at that. Probably it's a different one, so we can change it out. And if you hear some background noise, that's probably because it's raining cats and dogs outside right now. I haven't seen that in a while. So I'm sorry if you hear that, but there's nothing I can do about it. There also is a microfiber cloth included, probably for cleaning. That's quite nice. It's pretty small, but it will get the job done. It's nice that they thought about that. Normally stuff like that isn't included, but they did. There's also another one of those power bricks, this time for the control box. And of course there is like the safety and regulation guide, and it's in like a dozen languages again, but we don't need that. And lastly, there are some more cables in here. Let's just take them out of the plastic as well. this appears to be some headphones with like a short cord. If you want to use them, you can use those, or you can use any headphones. I don't imagine those to be like very good or especially comfortable. The only good thing is that they have a really short cord, so you don't have the cord dangling around your neck all the time. But I don't think that I'm gonna use those, as those seem like just normal in-ear headphones. You have like one other or two of the sizes of the ear tips. Just gonna set those aside. And in here there are some more USB cable. There's a USB A to A cable that appears to be, yes, it is USB 2.0. So you don't, it's kind of funny, like the plugs in here in the base station, I hope you can see this, yeah, are blue. That's normally for USB 3.0, but the cable that's included is only USB 2.0. So I don't really know what's going on there, but well, as long as it works. And lastly, we have an HDMI cable to connect up the box to your PC. No DisplayPort cable included. So I guess we're gonna have to either use our own DisplayPort cable or use the HDMI cable. But the DisplayPort also is mini DisplayPort, so I'm not gonna be able to use that as I don't have a mini DisplayPort cable, but I have a empty HDMI port on my PC anyway, so that's not a big deal. And now let's get to the meats and potatoes. This is the headset itself. First, of course, there is a massive cord, and then the headset itself. The cord actually is a lot heavier than the headset itself, so that's something you have to keep in mind. That headset isn't that heavy, but the cord is quite heavy. Also, we have a protective film for the camera here. So satisfying to take these off. And I can assure you that HTC knows what their customers want, as there is no glossy plastic at all. The only parts that are glossy are the parts where it is glass, so that the camera can see out. And that is really nice, as this matte plastic looks really nice and also won't scratches easily. That's really good. Props to HTC there. Many manufacturers haven't really gotten the hang of that customers don't want glossy stuff everywhere, as it isn't that nice. I'm also gonna open up the cable for you so that we can try on the headset. This cable should be plenty long as well, so that you can move around freely in the room. And I'm just gonna quickly rearrange the camera so that you can see me. And I see it's a bit bright, but I'm not gonna change that. I'm gonna change that later. But I will just try on the headset right now. And I guess we will have to adjust it a bit, but the face mask seems to be pretty good. I have some light bleed around the nose. Maybe I can change that, but everything else seems to be quite good. Also, I'm gonna enlarge the strap a bit as I have a pretty large head and it isn't set up that large, but for some reason you can adjust it. And maybe a bit more. Let's see if I can do this without taking it off. Yes, I can. So that seems to be about right. Maybe I have to adjust the side straps a bit so that it's a bit tighter. So now it sits pretty tight and it doesn't fall off me. Just quickly make that nice again. And if my hair looks like a mess right now, I'm sorry, but you're just gonna have to deal with that. Also, in there's not a protective film, so that the lenses don't get scratched. And so before I do anything else, I think I'm gonna adjust the brightness, as it really is quite a lot too bright. So that should be better. And now we can look, is there anything underneath there? No. So we have unboxed everything now. And I guess we can start with the setting up. Just gonna quickly put everything aside so we have some room. And I guess I'm gonna show you everything that's in the box. Sorry for the camera shake again. Just have to quickly see where my USB cable is going through for the webcam so that I don't pull it out. But here you can see everything that is included. We can see the headset here, the two controllers, the base station, the mounting hardware and the power supplies for the base station, and like all the other stuff. And so let's use the quick start guide to see what exactly we need to do next to set it up. Just gonna leave you there very quickly. So this is much too bright. I'm gonna take down the brightness. So yeah, it appears that you can read some of it. So it says out that we have to plan the area first, and then standing or seated experience. I'm gonna be doing a standing experience, as that's a lot more immersive. And then we need to download the setup software, and I guess everything else is through the software. So I'm gonna put that aside and switch you around to the PC view. I'm gonna just leave you with the stuff right here. I guess we will use that later. So you can enjoy this. while I go over to the PC and make sure that I have the stuff. I have downloaded some stuff, but I'm not sure if I have everything. What was the website called again? HTC Vive.com/setup. Okay, so we can download the Vive setup, and there is some other software. I'm just gonna download the setup really quickly, just 60 megabytes, or you know what? I'm gonna share my screen with you. If everything works, this should be sharing the screen right now. I'm gonna have a look. Yes, it is sharing the screen. Just downloaded it here, and let's set it up. I'm also gonna plug it in my method on the side where I'm monitoring this screen. Okay, so here we have the software. Just gonna click on get started. We have to scroll down till the end. I hate those where you have to scroll down in order to accept. Then it tells us that it will take only a little bit of time. Learn the basics. Get ready to enter an immersive virtual world with Vive. You see into virtual reality using a headset and you control a space station. Yeah, we know that crap. Minimum size is 2 meters by 150 and maximum is 5 meters square. I think I'm gonna be around the minimum spec, but I don't have that big of a room, although I moved down here to have a bigger room, but I think that's gonna be okay. Yeah, of course. So I guess I have already Steam installed. I also only need to install the Vive software. I also have already some VR games installed, so we can get going right away. Also, if you order a Vive right now, there are 3 games included, like Job Simulator, Tilt Brush, and one other I can't remember, which is quite a good value. That's like almost $100. More like 60 to 80, but it's better than nothing. So we're just gonna wait till this is ready, and I have to make an HTC account. Okay, so you don't have to see that part. Oh, you can log in with Steam, which should be better, but you don't have to see that either. What's my Steam password? Maybe that's right. Yes, it is right. And now I only have to enter the verification code with my phone, as I'm using 2-factor authentication for Steam, which you should be using too for everything that supports it, as it is much safer. Right. That's not the code I had. Okay. Okay, you have to verify my email address, which I guess makes sense. And apparently I've been screen sharing the whole time. Okay, no big deal. You haven't seen anything that you shouldn't, except maybe my email. By the way, why is this not working? Oh, now it's working. I set up a hotkey, but apparently it didn't work last time. Okay, now the email is verified. And I guess the software is still downloading. Estimated time remaining 25 minutes, but it's almost finished. Okay. So additional files downloading. Another 250 megabytes. I'm gonna screen share with you again in a second. So that should be screen sharing again, if it worked. Which it did. Okay, so it is finished here. Let's go next. Find your base station components and okay, so the sync cable is optional. We have two base stations and the base station power adapter. We have those and base stations. Okay. Next. Plan your placement. Until 2 meters above the floor or higher. Okay. So they expect you to either use a tripod or directly wall mount them. I'm just gonna try to just put them on the shelves and let's see how that works. Maybe I'm gonna use my light stands as well. Yeah, that's probably a better alternative. So I'm gonna move you over here so we have a bit bigger view. Also, I'm gonna change the view again. Those hotkeys, they are really not working that well. Okay, so that's a bit better. Gonna move you a bit more back. You can also see like my new setup. We're in the new room. Just gonna use the light stands right here. And those have the small threads, so I don't need the adapters. That's also what I use for my microphone whenever I'm recording. But I guess we can have a problem with that later, as the light stand doesn't allow us to angle them down, which is required. I have one little ball pad, so one is going to be okay, but the other one we have to mount in a different way. Now just need to find it. Where is it? Where is it? That's almost always the demo effect, that you don't find your crap stuff. But I guess we can use this tripod for one of them to like angle it correctly. I'm sure I have this ball head somewhere. But wait, I actually have another one somewhere. A bigger one. Oh my god, I just had this like a couple of days ago when I moved down here. Maybe in here. Where did I put this thing? What the heck? So let's just get started with the first one, and maybe I remember where the other one is. So there is this hole in the bottom, and I'm just screwing in tripod right here. And I already have finger marks on it. And if you probably can't see it on the stream, but if you look at the right angle, you can see that the black part in the front is actually transparent, and you can see some of the components inside. But I guess it's I think it's using like infrared or something, and so it goes through this, although we can't see it. I'm just gonna put one on the shelf up here. I guess it's gonna tell us later if our placement is okay or not. Because I have no idea if this is good. But it seems about right. And I guess we also have to give it some power. And you can see right here the only difference between the two power plugs, that the one from the connector box and the two base stations, is that the cord is much longer on the ones for the base station. I really hope that it is gonna be long enough, as I can't use like an extension cord for everything. Don't have that many extension cords. I'm sorry that you can't see everything I'm doing, but I don't want to like reposition you every 5 seconds. I guess I'm gonna show you up there. I set base station up there. Gonna now plug it in. And there also is a USB port on the back of it. Maybe you can power it with USB. I don't actually know how these exactly work. I will have to research that. But if I'm understanding this correctly, you don't actually need to connect those to the PC in any way, which would be convenient. And also you can see that there is a light up there and it has power. So that's good, I guess. So now we have to think about the other one. And the age-old question, where did I put the ball head? No pun intended. Normally I'm not that bad with losing stuff, but I really can't figure out where this is at the moment, so I'm just gonna grab like a shitty old tripod. As this should work as well. It's like using this old tripod right here. It is really bad, but to mount the base station somewhere it should be enough. And I guess I'm gonna later wall mount them when everything works and I have good position, as the setup is pretty ghetto and don't wanna keep it all the time that way. I'll turn you around. I need to put them somewhere up here, as my play area goes like till here. Somewhere in mid-air right here would be perfect, but that's not gonna happen. Maybe my original plan was to just use a ball head and put it up here, but with the tripod now it's not gonna be high enough to use the tripod only. These are like the kind of stuff you see in the live stream, as I can cut it out and figure out the solution. So you just have to come along for the ride to find out the solution with me. Maybe I can just kind of put it in there and angle it the right way, just like as a solution for now. Then of course make that better later, but I guess it is working kind of. Yeah, kind of. But kind of is enough for me right now. Now I only need to get power to it. Also, there is like a really high-pitched noise coming from the other base station. It isn't like an annoying kind of high-pitched, just it is there. But I don't know if it is the wall adapter or the base station itself. I'm gonna have to listen closer, because it will be the same with this one. And I'm gonna stretch it over here. And so this one has light now as well, which is perfect. And I can assure you that the sound is coming from the base station themselves. And there also is like some kind of light in there Maybe it's like from the infrared LEDs. But for sure they are doing something. I'm just gonna clean up the area around here. And then we can proceed with the installation. So now I'm gonna share the screen again with you. And so we mounted the base stations. Next we turn them on. Now we need to check the channels. Find the letter in the face of, make sure one base station is set to B and the other one is set to C. So this one up here is set to C and the one on the other side is set to B. So that's good. So let's go to next. The status LED is green on both. So now we need to connect the other things. Some guess it would be best if I show you my PC now. Let's go over to the other view again. Sorry, I have to look every time. I guess it doesn't change the scenes in OBS if you have some other window open. Don't know why, but. So I'm just gonna get all the components I need. And yeah. But now I'm just gonna hope that the controllers have power already. If not, the stream is gonna come to an early end. So you can see the PC right here. I'm gonna connect it, I guess. Learn about next. No, I don't wanna play the video. Okay. Connect the box to your PC. You need to connect it with the black ports and the orange ports, then go to the headset. I'm just gonna unwind these cables. Okay, just one. And the HDMI. It's also a nice and short HDMI cable. In some instances this will be good, in others it's bad, but as you only have to connect the box to your PC with that, I guess it's okay. And if I need a long one, I have plenty of HDMI cables. Also power, as with everything. So I'm just gonna reach under my desk right here, grab the power strip, and yes, I have a remaining place. And I won't bother with cable management at the moment, as I will be redoing my setup anyway, so I don't have to worry about that at the moment. Okay, so that's connected. The USB is connected. I guess this one doesn't have lighting up, doesn't light up. And next we need to connect the headset. Just to try to put this on the cable, so I have to untangle that real quick. So let's connect that. And if I'm not mistaken, we are pretty close to being finished right here. Okay, so next, then find the controller components. Yeah, learn about the controller. Turn on the controller, so I'm gonna get the controllers really quick. Turn on the controllers, press the system button, you should hear a beep and feel vibration. The controller status light tells you when it's on. Charge your controllers, use the included thing. Okay, so we need to press this button right here. So it beeped and it is showing a blue light. Maybe that's gonna turn green later. I'm gonna also do it with the other one, which is blinking blue. I don't know what that means, but just gonna go next. So now I don't know if that's a good sign. It just turned off again. I don't know. Let's just try it. Now we need Steam VR. Maybe they turn off after a while to save power. So that's not looking that good. Gonna screen share again. VR, the headset hasn't found. Start new. Gonna just restart it really quickly. Vive. The Vive is restarting. Service status failed. I don't know what it means, but I guess it's not that good. It's restarting again. Just gonna start Steam VR myself. Maybe that's working better. I don't know. I'm also gonna get the headset meantime so we can see whether there is something displayed, which at the moment isn't. There is like a red light on the headset on one side. I don't know what it means. I guess I should have read the documentation, but I was too lazy and for some reason it is not starting Steam VR. Normally I would just give it the good old reboot my computer, but that will of course stop the stream, so I'm trying to avoid it. Just starting the Vive thing. Settings. Okay, so that's not doing hollow. That's not doing that much. Why is this not starting? Maybe I need to restart Steam. And kill SteamVR as well. Okay, now restart Steam. Okay, so Steam is starting. Now Steam VR again. Starting. Okay, so it isn't connected. Just gonna like try check all the connectors. Maybe plug it in a different USB port. For some reason it keeps on failing. I do not know why, but I know that this isn't a good sign. Also, I'm just gonna quickly plug in the controllers while we are troubleshooting so that they are charged up when we are ready to roll. Okay, so charging this up. So the two controllers are now charging, and hopefully I managed to connect the other stuff as well. So let's just get everything out and try again. Maybe that's helping. No, not that way. The other way around. So that's connected. Also there's like this button on the side. I'm not doing a whole lot. I don't know what it is for. So I'm just gonna leave it alone for the moment and try once again. Maybe it works that time. Maybe it doesn't. The service is still fading for some weird reason. So that's normally the point where I take a break reboot the PC and hope that it's working, but that's not that easily. Maybe I should have paid a bit closer attention to how I turn this thing on. But just gonna get you off the screen share so that you don't see everything. I'm gonna Google really quick, pull up the setup video. Yeah, so far so good. Yeah, so the video I just watched was basically just how to take it out of the box and plug in a USB cable. So that's pretty stupid. SteamVR here. SteamVR troubleshooting. So that's okay. So error 108, headset not found. This error may be a USB driver issue. Please try following troubleshooting step. Reboot your headset. That's what I did. Power cycle your link box. Quit SteamVR, unplug the power cords of the PC side links box, not the wrong side. Wait a few seconds and plug into the me. Okay, so I'm gonna quit SteamVR. Then disconnect from the PC side. Wait a couple seconds. Just gonna connect this again. So I heard that Windows connected. Just gonna quickly check what it connected. Okay, so the problem is that it for some reason did not connect the driver, but didn't install it, which maybe I can do this somehow. Okay. So it tells me to just unplug it and plug it back in a couple times. Plug it back in, start Steam VR. And it's not found. Okay, so on the same page again with the press troubleshoot. Okay, so it tells me to plug it into a USB 2.0 port. I'm gonna try that really quickly. That's maybe something that could help it. Luckily I do have some USB 2.0 ports on this board. Okay. So besides my keyboard that I just plugged in, you also think that the other thing, so I'm just gonna quickly restart it, but I think that some driver just installed. And if that is true, that's gonna be a good sign. But right here, there's no good sign yet. Still failing. So that's just life. It doesn't always work. And sometimes you have to troubleshoot, so it didn't work. I quit it again, disconnect and reconnect the USB port. Okay. Reconnect it. Launch Steam VR again. And still no. Hello, David. I don't know when you wrote it, but I just saw it. Try resetting your USB. Yeah, so I probably should restart my PC at that point. That's a bit stupid, but I guess we're gonna have to live with that. So I'm gonna stop the Steam VR. And then I do not know what's gonna happen with the stuff when I just stop streaming with YouTube. So I'm just gonna try it, and